Welcome, welcome, welcome to the ReDefined podcast. I am your host, Jared Duran, aka the most ridiculous man you're going to hear on this day. Oh, that rhymed. How are you? How are you? You doing okay? You doing all right? It's good to see you. It's good to be seen by you. So glad that thou hast joined me in mine own abode. I want to welcome you to today's episode. Today is a good day. Is it not? I mean, I feel good today. I really do, actually. I feel really good. I had 10 ounces of Blue Sail coffee today, made in a Chemex, and it was absolutely delicious. So I have upgraded my coffee bar. I love coffee. If you know me, you know I used to manage a coffee shop and a bakery. And I love coffee. I love to hand make my coffee. We don't even own a coffee pot. We don't own a Keurig, a coffee pot, nothing like that. Hopefully, one of these days, I will buy an espresso machine because I love espresso. My favorite way of making coffee is a Chemex. And the reason is because I can make my wife's coffee and my coffee at the same time. And it's a pour over. It's really good. The quality is phenomenal. And Blue Sail Coffee out of Conway, Arkansas, roasts tremendous coffee. We get the Anchor blend, which is kind of their house specialty, so their signature coffee or whatever, and it's really good. It's a medium roast. It's not super bright, but it's not dark and like, it doesn't have that that super dark taste like Starbucks, for instance. Starbucks roasts all their coffee so dark. Even their blonde roast is super dark. But we tried a new. They did a special bean from Ethiopia a couple weeks ago, and it was called Whoosh Whoosh, I think, and it had it was very bright, very bright. You could taste the fruity tones in the coffee. You could literally taste watermelon in the coffee. It was so good. It was super interesting. I didn't expect Amber to like it because she didn't work in a coffee shop and taste all these different coffees and whatever. She loved it. And we just drink it black. We don't put anything in it. She does put a little bit of Truvia in it, which is comes from the stevia plant. I just like it black. I like the taste of coffee. I like experimenting with finding the different, whatever. I'm a nerd. I know. So yeah, on today's episode, I want to talk about, I'm going to shock you, being redefined. So, no, I want to talk about finances today. I know, money, seriously. So I want to start off with the scripture. Yeah, money and the Bible. Yeah, you did not see that coming, did you? And this scripture is probably one of the most misused scriptures, and especially when it comes to talking about money and finances. But it says that, the scripture says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And so people, and I've read this in books, that money is the root of all evil. And no, that's not what it says. And if you actually dig into the meaning of the scripture and you look up the words and blah, 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 it actually means that the insatiable hunger for money, greed, is the root of all kinds of evil. So there's a little bit of a difference there, all right? So money is not evil. Money is a tool. Money is a static thing. Money, I shouldn't say it's a static thing. I just mean that it's amoral, okay? It doesn't have morals. Money does not have morals. You have morals. All right, so money is like a tool, okay? Money is a tool. Let's think about something else, like a brick, okay? A brick, or a hammer. Let's use a hammer, because a hammer is a tool. A brick's not actually a tool. Let's talk about a hammer. A hammer, super useful if you're a carpenter. It's a good thing to have around the house, right? You can literally drive a nail into a board with a hammer, right? That's one of the things it's good for. Or you can turn it around, take the claw, and pull a nail. Okay. So you can also use it to throw it through a glass window and wreck somebody's house. You can also take a hammer and kill somebody with it. A hammer is amoral. A hammer does not have morals. The person using the hammer or misusing the hammer has morals, and that's how the hammer gets used, right? So money is the same way. You can take money and you can, let's think about something that, is super important. You can take money and help Tupelo Children's Mansion. You can help them buy all brand new computers for the children in that orphanage, Tupelo Children's Mansion. You can take that money, and you can make sure that all those kids get all new school clothes. They all get new backpacks. They all get new shoes, whatever, right? You can take it and you can build a church with it. You can build an orphanage with it. You can take it and pay off somebody's medical bills with it, right? Or you can take it and you can buy McDonald's every single day and slowly kill yourself. Sorry, that was horrible. That was totally out of line. I apologize. Right? You can take it and you can hire an assassin. You can take that money and you can flush it down the toilet. You can take that money and you can light it on fire. You can take that money and you can buy drugs. You can buy alcohol. You can buy whatever. So this is what I want to talk about in conjunction or in this context of money. Money is amoral, okay? So let's just establish that, okay? So what do we do with money? Well, the word stewardship gets thrown around the Christian world a lot. I'm not sure why, but it does. We need to be good stewards. Stewards. I don't know why that word is like the word in the moment. I'm not sure, but essentially we need to manage our money. Okay. Now there are all kinds of people out there that you can buy their books and they will give you tremendous information. And I do recommend those books. Two of the books that I recommend right off the bat is Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover and every other book that Dave Ramsey writes. I highly recommend those books. Okay. Because he will give you a clear path to go from being in debt and not making very much money to retiring wealthy, owning a home, etc. Okay. The second book I recommend is by Ramit Sethi. Okay. Now his name is not written the way it's pronounced. All right. Ramit is spelled Ramit, and Sethi is spelled Sethi. Okay, so it looks like Ramit Sethi, but it's not. It's Ramit Sethi. Okay, his book. Now it's a total scammy title, I know, but it's called "I Will Teach You to Be Rich." But it is on personal finances. It is not a get rich quick scheme book at all. At all. It is not about getting rich quick. Okay. In the book, he helps you define what a rich life means to you. So a rich life to you might not mean a huge mansion and 74 cars, right? A rich life for you might just mean a nice paid off home, a nice paid off car, and no debt and money in your 401k and Roth IRA, all right? So he digs into how to do those things, okay? Not only how to cut expenses, but also how to earn more, because you can only cut back so far. I mean, you do have to pay your rent, you do have to pay your utility or your mortgage, rent or mortgage. You do have to pay your utilities, you do have to buy food, you do have to have some form of transportation. All right? So you can only cut so much, right? But at some point you need to start earning more. Okay? Because and there's reasons for that, all right? So if earning money was not important and it was not a good thing, okay? Number one, Jesus would not have created money. He would not have created forms of currency. Now, money, right now, this whole thing about cash and stuff right now is going on. People talking about it, and I'm on Dave Ramsey's side on that. I don't think we need a cashless society, and you can go read his stuff on that. I agree with a lot of what he says. But cash is not money necessarily, okay? It's not the only kind of money, because you can also write a check. You have credit and debit cards. You can have Bitcoin. You can have stocks and investments and whatever. So what I mean by that is money is not a specific thing. It is what we agree on to exchange for goods, okay? So in other words, having money is good because you need to have a place to live, right? You need to be able to eat. You need to be able to drive, right? And you need to be able to do that for a long time, like, I don't know, the rest of your life, right? And so there's going to be some point along the way where you can't work, whether that's because you get sick or retirement or age or whatever reason. The economy crashes like it has right now, there are reasons where you can't work. So it is a good idea to have money built up in a savings account, in investments, things of that nature, okay? So I'm not trying to teach a whole course on personal finance right now, but I just want to get these ideas in your head that money is not a bad thing. Money is amoral. It's just a tool, okay? It is a tool, but it is a tool that we need to use, okay? So it is a good idea to have, especially in this kind of economy, to have an emergency fund. Ramit talks about emergency funds. Dave Ramsey talks about an emergency fund. The goal that Dave Ramsey sets forth, that is a good goal, it's baby step 3 in his 7 baby steps, is to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up, not 3 to 6 months of salary, but 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up. Ramit says the same thing, but Ramit clarifies, and Dave might have also, I don't know, that in this time that we're in right now during this pandemic, it would be good to have a year's worth of expenses saved up in a savings account that's fairly liquid. In other words, you can get the money out very easily. It's not tied up in investments, okay? So Ramit goes so far as to say is maybe slow down or even stop your investments and take that money and put it towards cash savings, okay? That is very good. Sometimes when I talk really fast, I get out of breath because I forget to breathe. I do that when I work out too. Sometimes I get so focused on making sure I have good form so I don't hurt myself that I forget to breathe. And then I get like lightheaded and I'm just like, whoa. It's ridiculous. So anyway, I want to promote those 2 books. I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi and Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Those are 2 really good books that'll get you on the right path. Now, when you read those 2 books, they may not agree on everything, okay? That's okay. That's okay. But decide what you're going to do and pick one and go all in on it and get your finances in order. Because if you haven't figured it out during this time, it is incredibly stressful to not have your finances in order and to not know what's going on. You need to know what's going on. You need to have a plan, okay? You need to have a plan. Plans are super good. I'm not naturally gifted at planning. My wife is the queen of planning. She naturally is just so incredibly gifted when it comes to planning. She has helped me so much to become better at that. And I am better at that, and I'm very thankful that I am better at that. So you need to have a plan. If you don't have a plan for your money will just disappear. It 100% will just disappear, and you won't really have anything to show for it. All right? So that is about all I'm going to talk about when it comes to finances today. I just want to get the idea out there. I just want to recommend those 2 books for you. I really, really recommend getting both of those books, but at least one of those books, and actually following it, okay? Don't just read parts of it and just do parts of it. Get the books, get one or both of the books, and follow it to the letter, okay? Do exactly what they say, because I promise you, it will change your life, all right? So thank you for stopping by the ReDefined podcast today. I hope that this podcast helps you. I hope that this encourages you to redefine your finances, to jump in there and grab a hold of it, take control, and get the work done. Do it right, follow it to the T, and it will change your life. Thanks for stopping by.